Hello and welcome. It's Kathleen back with you on the Pinkfish Studio channel. And first of all, let me just check that YouTube caught up. Yeah. And let me know if you can hear me fine. So, hi everyone. I see some action in the chat already, which is nice. And Jody already popped in, so she's behind the Pinkfish Studio name. And she'll be helping me moderating and answering questions. And today we have a fun sneak peek YouTube live for you. Now, often we do like a combined or a joint sneak peek live where I invite someone to join me so you can see two cards made at the same time. But this time, unfortunately, it just didn't work out, so you will have to live with me. But yeah, I have some fun things planned, and the best thing, or maybe the best, I don't know, one of the best things about this is that we are giving away the entire July release, worth, I think, more than $380 worth. And all you have to do, so we're giving away the entire release in the YouTube live. So all you have to do is just be active in the chat. Every time you enter something, every time you write something is another entry. So let us know if when you give us a thumbs up, if you already follow, if you shared this video, you know, all of those things. And then at the end of this YouTube live session, Jody will randomly pick a winner who will receive the entire release. Now, of course, we didn't forget about our friends watching the replay. So if you're watching this on replay, we are giving away two $50 gift cards to people leaving comments on the replay. So for that, all you have to do is just leave a comment below the video, and then you will be entered to win one of the $50 gift cards, one of two. So I think that's all the things I wanted to mention before I get started. Now, our July release is going to be available in a week from now. So Tuesday, July 15th at 9 a.m. CT is when the release goes live. And until then, we are, of course, sharing more sneak peeks. So make sure that you follow us on social media and like Facebook and Instagram, where we will be sharing sneak peeks of all of the other product suites in this release, apart from the one that I'm going to show you today. And yeah. Okay, so, one more thing. So if you have a question for me or for Jody, doesn't matter, if you could put the word question in all caps at the beginning of your comment, that would be really helpful for me and Jody to see it quickly. Thank you so much for all of your nice comments on my haircut. Today it isn't as hot as last week. Actually, it's not hot at all. It was raining all day and it's pretty chilly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sweating as much as last week. Okay, now let me turn my camera so that you can see what we're going to work with today. Okay, so right now you can't see much, and the products that I have here these are not new products, these are just some that I grabbed that I might combine with the new product suite. But the product suite that I want to show you today, one of the, is it 6 or 7? Jody, help me out. I'm not sure how many new product suites are in the upcoming July release. Oh, by the way, the release is called Whispering Views. I'm not sure right now. I think it's 6 or 7 new product suites, so it's a lot. And this is one of the new ones. This is called Sippable Scenes, and it's a really fun one. A bit different. I mean, over the past few months, I think we have branched out from, our usual gorgeous florals. We still do floral sets, of course. Florals are always fun. But we have been incorporating more and more non-floral illustrations in our products. And I think, I've been really liking this sort of branching out. And so as I said, this one is called Sippable Scenes. This is a 6x8 clear stamp set and a coordinating die set and coordinating layering stencil set consisting of 4 stencils. Now, you can see here you have lots of different sentiments. And then on this die, you also have a die for like a soda can and like a water bottle. And this is what it looks like on a back. We always give you sort of a mock-up of what you can create with this set. Of course, there are lots more combinations that you can try, but these are just some of the ideas what you could do with this set. I'm just checking the comments real quick if I'm missing anything. Okay, now the sentiments in this set, I really love those, and I'm loving the font of these. So you have some larger ones like "You're my calm," "Savor the moment," "Your kindness is refreshing," "Just because you're wonderful," "You refresh my soul," "You are sunshine in a bottle," I'm loving this one, and "Cheers to you." So these are sort of the main sentiments, and then you have some smaller ones that are not really sentiments but more like sort of like brands for your soda can or your bottle, some like Stillwater Brew, Golden Glow, Soul Quench, Pause and Pour, Sparkle and Fizz, and Kind Brew Botanicals. So, and you also have these florals and this kind of swoosh with some leaves. Okay, now let's get started. So this set is, what I'm really liking about this set is, hold on, let me grab my, because if I'm going to start with some ink blending. Now, usually, or hold on, I'm going to grab the stencils. So there are 4 layering stencils. Now, when you first get them out of your packaging, they might look a little bit intimidating or a little bit confusing, but they're actually really easy to use. And what I'm really loving about this one is that you can actually get 3 different sort of soda cans or bottles done at the same time. Now, for this one, we are going to start with a white cardstock panel that is 5.5 inches wide. You could do a smaller one, but then you wouldn't be able to fit 3 at the same time. So I'm just using one that's 5.5 inches wide, and I didn't cut it like, so I cut it from an 8.5 by 11 sheet. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. But you could also use a 5.5 by 5.5, so a square, to make sure that you can then fit your water bottle die on it. Because the fun thing is you can start by first of all stenciling or ink blending all of these pieces, and then you can decide if you want these designs as a bottle or as a can. If you just want them, all of them as a can, you could already cut down your paper. But since I don't know yet, I'm just going to start with a larger sheet. I can always cut it down. And for my colors, I thought I would use the July challenge as my inspiration. I'm just going to show you real quick. So this is, our July challenge is called Summer Splash. And if you're not familiar with our monthly challenges, make sure to hop on over to our blog, and I'm sure Jody will be able to put a link in the chat to our monthly challenge blog post, where you can find all of the information on how to enter, because at the end of this challenge, we are also giving away a $50 gift card to one lucky random winner. And we always give you like a theme, some inspiration, and also a few different colors for this monthly challenge to inspire you. But you could also do just, it's an anything goes challenge really. And we give you the names of sort of the ink colors that would match closest to the colors we are giving you in the monthly challenge. So this is what I'm using for my color scheme this month. For this card. So the colors we listed for the monthly challenge are these. So I grabbed these and just a few more. I also grabbed ballet slipper. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. Some detail black, and then just a few different greens, because I will have some green elements on my water bottles. You could, so you can see here, you could also do mint. You can keep these in sort of turquoisey aqua colors. You can go completely like just yellows or whatever. But I thought I would do these colors plus some greens. Okay. So what I did, first of all, to get started, you have these, hold on this stencil, so it's a large stencil, you can see that. You don't put the stencil down like this and then do the whole stencil at once, but rather you first start with this one, so it says A1, B1, C1. I'm not sure if you can see it. Trying to sort of tilt it. And then you have these registration marks here. So you start by lining up these registration marks at the bottom to make sure that you have enough space at the top for your water bottle. Because if I line it up like this, it wouldn't fit as a water bottle. So I'm lining up the registration marks here for A1, B1, C1. And then like on the corners of my cardstock, and since it's 5.5 inches wide, it fits perfectly. And then I can start by ink blending. Now, if you're not sure what this is sort of supposed to be, you can always refer to the mock-up on the back. And you can see what these elements are supposed to be. Like this one here and this one, these are like the water elements. So I can ink blend all of these elements in the same color if I want to. So for this, I'm going to use Ocean Breeze. And I'm just going over with a 1-inch blending brush, so it's really quick and easy to do. I'm not really doing any shading. I'm just, just filling all of these with my Ocean Breeze ink. And then, because this is the only water element that I will have on my, like as part of these stencils, but I still want to bring in the turquoise, I'm just going to grab a 1/2-inch blending brush and also do a little bit of that and adding some shading with that. You could also just use one color and just layer that one color a few times. That works too, but I wanted to use the monthly challenge color scheme, so that's why I'm using turquoise as well. Okay, now I'm just going to wipe off like just a little bit, and then at the end, once I'm done with this whole stencil, I'm going to clean it. But now I can move it up. You can already see it doesn't look like much right now, but now I can move it up to the second part, so A2, B2, C2, and again looking for those registration marks, lining them up at the corners. And now I can see here that this is sort of meadow, so I'm using some green. I'm actually going to use meadow for this. Hold on. So, and again, I'm using the same color for all of these openings. So this is what I really love about this stencil, about this set, is that it's so easy to create 3 different sort of die cut elements at the end by just, ink blending all of these parts at once. Just getting rid of some of it. And then I can move it up for A3B3C3. And again, look for the registration marks. And you can see how quick and easy this is. So it doesn't take much time at all. So just using a different color green, using some grassy knoll, but with the same blending brush. So it's not going to be pure grassy knoll. It's going to be a mix of meadow and grassy knoll. But, you know, sometimes I really love that I get sort of unique shades of green by just, you know, using the same brush. And that's it for this stencil. I'm going to clean it in a moment, but now I'm going to grab stencil 2. And you can see that it says A4, B4, but nothing for C. So C is, there's nothing here because this one is done. But for these two, there is more. So you can just line them up again, like so. Just checking if I'm missing any questions. And again, this is sort of green on the mock-up. And I thought I would just stick to those colors, more or less. So I grabbed some Emerald City. And I also just grabbed whatever sort of greens caught my eye. I was going for a little bit more of a punchy, bright green versus something like sage or eucalyptus. And then you have A5, B5. And you could also skip certain layers. You don't have to do all of them for some of the images. You know, it depends on what look you're going for. And again, you can just use the same, hold on, I think I'm just going to use grassy knoll again. And since I didn't clean my brush, it's again going to be a different shade. You could also use your 1/2 inch blending brushes for these openings, but I'm just being lazy. And I'm really loving the 1 inch blending brushes for that. Now there's one more layer just for B. So B6, you can already see this right here. And then for B, there is sort of a sun. So for this one, I am using the Sunshine from the monthly challenge color scheme. Again, 1 inch blending brush, nice and easy, without any shading. And then I'm going to go in with, so this is my 1 inch blending brush that I usually use with my darker pinks, like Bubblegum and Raspberry Bliss. And I want to add more of like a little orange tone. So I'm just going to do that by putting a little bit of sparkling rose on my brush and then going in from the bottom. So it looks a bit more like a setting sun. And you get this really pretty orange, even though I didn't use any orange. Okay, ready for the reveal? Do you ever clean your brushes? No, I don't. So all I do with my brushes, look how pretty that looks. All I do with my brushes is I have this microfiber cloth here. And when I use some really dark ink, for example, I'm just rubbing it off here, and that's it. I'm not cleaning them, and you're not supposed to ever soak them in water, for example. So if you really wanted to clean them, then what you could do is just spritz some stamp cleaner, for example, on your microfiber cloth and just rub it on that a little bit. But other than that, it's really not necessary. And by the way, I know some of you were already here last week, so you will have seen me sneak this too. Now this is not part of the July release. This will be released with the August release. Our Ultra Clean Stamp Cleaner. And I'm really loving this because first of all, it smells like lavender. And I love lavender. And second, it cleans stamps and stencils so easily. So I'm just going to show you. This is my stencil that I just used. Just one spritz. And it's gone. And it even cleans detail black ink without any stains from my stamps. Now there's always a little bit of ink left on these parts where you have these etched numbers and lines, but this is normal. Like, you could get rid of them or make it a little bit less by going over it a bit more, but I'm not bothered by those. So yeah. Okay, so what I was telling you earlier, hold on, let me just move the inks to the side so I don't push any of these off my desk, as I've been known to do in the past. What about red inks? Does it clean them completely? Yes, it does. I can even, let's see, I might show you, I will first get going with my card, but if I remember at the end, I'm gonna show you with black and red ink. Okay, so what I was trying to explain earlier, oh, by the way, I forgot. So there are 2 more stencils in this set. So there's also D1, D2, and D3. So this would be the design for this right here, which I'm not going to do right now. And then you also have these floral parts. So you have floral 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is for this stamp down here. Now I already did a little bit of preparation because I didn't want to rush too much, and already went ahead and stamped and ink blended those with the colors from, so this is with Sparkling Rose, Sunshine, and then the greens I also used here. So I might use those. So I'm going to put the stencils away for a moment. And now for the dies, hold on. The stamp cleaner cleans up detail black that well. Yes, I will show you. I will also show you that because I was amazed when I first tried it because I didn't expect it to clean it completely. Now you have those 2 dies, so I could either die cut this into a water bottle or into a soda can. And you can also use the stamp set to add any of those smaller sort of brand names. So you could do something like Stillwater Brew, and they are, depending on the image, some fit better than others. So for example, Golden Glow you would probably put with this one, and then Stillwater Brew maybe with this one or this one. So you can just mix and match and just try whatever works best for you. And yeah, I'm really liking those sentiments. Like, You're My Calm and You Are Sunshine in a Bottle I think these sentiments are just beautiful and the font is great. So let's see. I think I'm gonna go and do this one as a bottle. And I'm gonna show you one more trick to add color to like the, what's it called? This part here. I can't think of the word right now. Where's my tape? And so yeah, I see people saying this set is so versatile. It really is. And I even saw, so I already saw some of the design team projects. Like they've not been shared with, you know, everyone yet, but just within our design team. And I already saw some people use these stencils combined with some other sets from the upcoming release in really fun, creative ways. So yeah, so I'm just gonna cut these two out. And do I cut these for now? The cap, yes, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. So this is number one. Like this. And here is the bottle. And you have these etched details that, you know, give it some more texture. And number three, I think I'm gonna do as a bottle as well. And I might stamp something on it later. So I'm just gonna cut it for now. Hold on. Okay. Question, where can we find sneak peek samples? Not yet. So this is the first sneak peek we are sharing with you. So you are the first ones to see any of the new release. But we are going to start sneak peeks on our social media. Hold on. I think tomorrow, actually. Yeah, I think tomorrow. So we have 6 new product suites. We always share one new product suite or one of the upcoming product suites per day. And on Tuesday is the final, is when the release goes live. So up until Tuesday, every day you will get a sneak peek of one of the new product suites. So, oh, what I wanted to show you, right. Hold on. Let me... So I'm just gonna grab my 1.5 inch blending brush that I usually use for my grays. And I'm just gonna use whatever is left on that brush for now. So I'm not re-inking it, but you could use, for example, Misty Coast. And then I'm just using a piece of scrap paper. I'm not sure if you can see. Hold on. Okay. So I'm using a piece of scrap paper and I'm lining it up like this. And then ink blending over the part that is still visible. And then you get this colored top, sort of like a little bit, you know, trying to give the impression of it being silver or metallic. You could even add embossing powder or some metallic paste or whatever. You can also use a different color, of course. So I'm using, as I said, I didn't re-ink this one. I'm just using what's left on my 1/2 inch blending brush because I don't want it to be too dark. And then for this one, I think I'm going to use whatever is left on my pink blending brush. And that's it. Now, I have some of the florals here. Sue, yeah. So Sue said, "Thank goodness you're showing us how to use this set." So I think this set might look intimidating when you first, you know, take it out. But once you understood how it works, it's really not difficult at all. And it's really easy to use, and you can get so many different designs in, you know, in fairly little time. So I have these, and I already played around with this set earlier. So I already did this one as a bottle version, this one as a soda can, and this one as well. So I have, you know, lots of different options. And I also did the florals. Hi, Kinnery. When will the sneak peek of upcoming event samples be available? So we already started sneak peeking event projects yesterday. So yesterday we shared the first sneak peek of one of Annette's projects. So make sure you are signed up for our newsletter and check our social media or our Facebook page and our Facebook fan group. And there, Annette already shared hers, or, you know, we shared one of Annette's projects, or just a sneak. And then today, I actually shared one of my projects, a sneak for it, and I'm really excited about it. So, yeah. Okay, so for my card design, I also grabbed, so I always have like this little tray of, you know, some die cuts that I didn't end up using. Well, I don't only have this one tray, I have more than one, I should admit. Let me zoom out a little bit. We also have the sneak peeks. So if you go to the event on our website, so the product description, you can already see the sneak peeks for our first 2 projects. So the one that we shared yesterday and today, and then every day when we share another one, we will be adding those 2. So by Saturday, there will be sneak peeks for all but one class, I think. Okay, so I thought I would try to maybe use some of these or one of these die cuts that I have left from, you know, past projects. So yeah, we will see if I can somehow work these in. And I also already stamped some of the sentiments with detail black and die cut those, and I also die cut 2 of each, like blank layers, so I can stack them up, because I did want to have a little bit of preparation done so I don't have to stress myself too much. Okay, so I would love to hear who of you is joining us in the event, or if you've already seen the sneak peeks and, you know, how you're liking them. I'm really excited about my class, and I'm really excited about all of the other projects, of course. So yeah, so I have this one, for example. I think this would go really great with the color scheme. So I thought of maybe doing something like this, and then just sort of, I'm just playing around right now. I don't have like a finished plan in mind. So especially with leftover die cuts, I like to just move things around and see what fits and how I can make them work together. And I might stamp something on those die cuts. I don't know yet. So maybe something like this. Of course, with more dimension. If you know me, if you've seen my YouTube lives in the past or my cards, you will know that I always add dimension. I can't live without it. And I'm really liking, as I said, one of my favorite sentiments is you are sunshine in a bottle. So I feel like with this one, I have to use this sunshine image with the bottle. So I could do something like this. And oh, okay, I'm just checking real quick for your answers who's joining us. So Christine said she's joining us. Marcy, yeah, I already saw some of you sign up. Donna, that's fun. First time doing an event from Pink Fresh, super excited. So happy you are joining us, Sabine, or Sabine, if you're joining from Germany. Okay, so let's see what else. And I thought I might add, I mean, I also grabbed these dies, but since I'm trying to use up some die cuts that I have left, you know, I don't think I will use them. But I thought I might add something in the background so it's not completely white. And I thought about either using the fairy tale frame press plate, because it would fill Sabine aus München, okay. So it's Sabine. Because it would fill this space completely, like so. Or use the leafy background stencil set, which also sort of fills the corners. So I could use some very soft colors just to add a little bit of something, not, you know, not too much. Yes, I was asking if who of you is joining the techniques for card makers events. What are the oval die cuts called? So there are two different ones. So this one right here is the nested blanket stitched ovals, elongated ovals, and then this one is the elongated ovals, the double stitched elongated ovals. So there are two different versions. I think I only grabbed this one. So this is nested elongated oval blanket stitch. And then we also have double stitch. So let's see. I'm good with time, so I might try using the press plate. But I'm not sure if I really want to add foil when I'm already using like glitter cardstock, because I don't want to overdo it. Let's see. Hold on. Or I might just use it for dry embossing. I mean, if you've joined me before, you will know that I love using my cover plate dies and press plates for dry embossing. Ooh. Actually, I'm really liking this champagne glitter cardstock too. Because it's not as, you know, colorful and maybe overwhelming as the turquoise. So, are the leaves already available? Yes. So the stencil I was showing you, this one, the leafy background stencil set, this is actually an older one. It's from August 22, but it's still one of my favorites because it adds just a little something something. Question, is that an A2 press plate? Yes. So hold on, where's my packaging? This is the fairy tale frame press plate. It's perfect for A2 size, and there is a coordinating die available that you can die cut it as an actual frame. Right? I'm really liking the champagne with those colors too. I'm liking this shape more, but I prefer the champagne color. Is one of the sentiments message in a bottle? No. But actually, that's sort of foreshadowing. Message in a bottle. you might see that phrase pop up in the new release with something else. And question, can I use a press plate in a Gemini or Anna Griffin die cut machine? Roxanne, this is a question that someone else might have to help out with, because I don't have the Anna Griffin die cut machine, and I do have a Gemini, but I've never really used it, or, well, not for a long time. So yeah, maybe someone else can help out with that. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to use this one for dry embossing, because with the champagne glitter I don't want to add more foiling and more bling, even though, you know, I really love glitter and bling, but it can be too much. So let me grab, oops, things are flying. So I just grabbed like this rubber mat or whatever you'd call it. So make sure you are using the correct sandwich in your die cutting machine for dry embossing with a press plate. Now I'm placing my press plate like with the face up, putting my panel on top, and then I'm putting my rubber mat on top, one of the cutting plates, and hold on, where's all my scrap paper? Sorry. And this is something you will know from your die cutting machine if you need it or not. I sometimes need just one piece of regular copy paper as a shim, but this is not something that you might to add. See, Kinnery also mentioned like a wink with the message in a bottle set. So yes. And there you go. So this one was used without any ink. So I just wanted to have this little bit of texture in the background. But you could, of course, use this with your better press system for a letterpress effect with ink. And by the way, you can use Pinkfresh Studio inks for better press. You don't need to have the actual better press inks. Or you can use the press plates for hot foiling. Okay. So this is sort of the look I was going for, because now when I put this on top, you can see that it completely fills the space around this. And as I said, I prefer the oval shape, but then I also prefer the champagne color. So, and I have to decide, because I don't want to cut another piece, because the whole point was to actually use something up. Now, okay, so I'm going to add foam adhesive to this, of course. And just checking if I missed any questions. And you could also just add a panel of fun foam behind this. It's just that I ran out of fun foam, like self-adhesive. So I'm using my foam squares instead. Trying to line this up. You know, eyeballing. I almost never measure. I always eyeball. The funny thing, or the great thing is, I mean, I have this and I have lots more bottles and cans left. So I can easily make a second card with this, and maybe instead of the press plate, I could use the leafy background stencil instead. And that way I would have 2 cards already made, and by just using up things I already created. So I definitely want to use the You Are Sunshine in a Bottle sentiment. So I'm going to use this piece here. So of course more foam adhesive. And I thought about doing it something like this, sort of angled. And hold on, I'm trying to think which combination I might like for this card so I don't use up. I think something like this would look nice. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. I agree, the event is gonna be amazing. The products, if you haven't seen the products yet, I did a live unboxing of the event kit, I think 2 weeks ago. So if you go back on our channel, you can see the replay of the live unboxing, and you can see the full event kit if you want to see it. If you want to keep it a surprise, that's totally fine too. And I'm just going to adhere this with liquid adhesive with our Precision Clear Craft glue, which for some reason is always a bit of a tongue twister for me, because I want this one to be in the foreground, so I'm not adding foam adhesive to this one. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to mention about the event, and I'm trying to remember mentioning this every time now until, the event actually starts. Please make sure, if you signed up for the event, please make sure that you are signed up for our newsletter. If you are not signed up for our newsletter, you will not get any emails about the Facebook group being open, about kids shipping, all of those things. So make sure you're subscribed. So there's that. I'm really liking how this is looking, because this adds just the right amount of something without it being too much. And I have the blank ones here, so I'm going to stack it up. Yes, the unboxing I just mentioned was for the August event. So if you want to, you can already see what's included in your event kit. Apart from the swag, I didn't show or share the swag. But as I said, if you want to keep it a surprise, that's totally fine too. And you know how sometimes you have some sets where you first think like, it's nice, but I'm not sure about it, or I don't really know how to use it or whatever. It was this one for me, to be honest. Like, I kind of liked it, but I wasn't sure how I was going to use it. And like, I liked the look of it. I can't really explain it. But I mean, we always have our favorites in a release, right? They can't all be our favorites. But now that I'm working with it, I'm having so much fun. And I'm especially loving that I get so many pieces to work with done in just one go. So. And I thought about die cutting a shadow layer from glitter cardstock, but since I'm already using glitter cardstock, as this panel, I'm not going to add any more. Maybe a shadow layer in pink. Let's see. I can do that. I have enough time. So I can die cut one more. You Are Sunshine in a Bottle. Just checking if I'm missing any questions. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure if I end up using it, but we can try. So if I put this, you know, just a little bit offset, yes, I'm liking it. I'm doing it. I feel like I missed a question. So if I did, please just ask again. But maybe already Kinnery or Jody already took care of it. So if you ever want to try to make your sentiments stand out more, let's say you have a card design that's a little bit on a busy side or like very colorful, something you can do to help your sentiment stand out is add a shadow layer. You could do it with colored cardstock. You can also just create your own colored shadow layer by ink blending a piece of blank, like a blank die cut, or you could cut it from glitter cardstock. So I think this is going to look nice. And I'm going to put it like this. So, and since this part here is raised up, I will have to add a little bit of foam adhesive on this side, so it's not kind of going downhill. And by the way, if you ever need really tiny or thin strips of foam, but you don't have any thin foam tape, you can always just cut your foam squares or foam dots. Hold on, this part didn't need to be raised up. Yeah, okay. And let's see. So I didn't add any of the sort of brand phrases onto my bottle or my can because I knew that I was going to put my sentiments somewhat over those, and I didn't want it to be, you know, too much. But you could also add it with a really light color. Like this, you could do like a tone on tone, so it doesn't stand out too much, but it is, you know, a little bit of something. Okay. And I also need to adhere my flowers. They are not adhered yet. So I'm just trying to put them so they are kind of overlapping, which is always a good thing to create more dimension and more, you know, texture on a card. If you have things overlapping and peeking out from behind, it just gives or enhances this effect of dimension. And I will add all of the products I used today once this release is live. So of course right now I can't link the products, or, you know, not the ones that are not released yet. But once the release is live next week, I will make sure to add all of the products I used. Now, I think we can add a little bit of bling, and I even have a bit of time left, which is nice. Let's see. I don't want it to be too much. And to be honest, if all else fails, I will always go back to the clear drops in ice. But let's see if I can maybe, you know, try something different. Oh, and remind me before I say goodbye that I wanted to show you how the our new stamp cleaner, or soon to be released stamp cleaner, cleans the detail black ink. So I will do that in a second. Oh, and I have this little guy left. Gonna add him. Here. Okay. So let's see. I don't want to, I don't only want to add just a few. Just some. Maybe one down here. And that's pretty much it. Not too much. Okay. So I'm really happy that you all seem to enjoy this card and this product suite, because as I said, it might be one that when you see it first, you're not really sure how to use it, but I hope that this explanation helped and that you now want to get this set. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to add more bling. This is enough. So these were the clear drops in blush. And by the way, if you like adding bling to your cards, or like sequins or gems, and you don't have this little tray yet, you need it, because I'm going to show you how easy it is to put everything back into the little baggie. Just take it and in it goes. And it's a brass tray, it's not plastic. Now I only need a card base to add this to. I will do this after the live because, you don't need to see me adhering this to a card base. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished card. And I'm really, really happy with how it turned out, I have to admit. Okay, now I have 3 more minutes left, so I'm going to show you. Oh, maybe not with a new set. And I haven't sneak peeked. I'm going to show you with one of the sentiments. So I'm just going to use some scrap piece of cardstock. So this will go directly on an A2 card base without any frame or anything. So this is A2 size. Sometimes I like having a frame around it, sometimes I don't. So yeah. And since now that I have adhered everything down, it's a bit more difficult to cut off some, the edge. So I have a good amount of detail black on this. You can see that. It's stamped completely. And where's my stamp cleaner? There. I'm spritzing it one time. Going over with my microfiber cloth. And it is clean. Like, absolutely clean. Like it's brand new. So yeah, I was stunned. Now let's take the candy apple. And same thing, oops, sprayed it a little bit above, but still just wiping it off. And again, it's clean. So even with the red ink, nothing is left. So if that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. And again, so it's lavender scented, I already mentioned that, but this is why cleaning stems is now so much more fun for me. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this card and this sneak peek. I'm gonna move my laptop over and go back to my front view. Hold on. Okay, so let's see. Let me check if I missed the winner. Does it work on a press plate? Yes, you can definitely use this on a press plate. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I'm just checking. I'm pretty sure Jolie is going to announce the winner in a second. What was the name of those triangle trays? Oh, the name is, so you just have to look for brass tray on our website and you will find it. It's under Studio Essentials. Now, if you enjoyed this YouTube live, then of course, give us a thumbs up. I would definitely appreciate it. And make sure that if you're watching on replay, to leave a comment for your chance to win one of the two $50 gift cards. And thank you so much, everyone, for your nice comments. Okay, so did I miss it? Pretty sure Jodie's checking right now. And oh, there it is. Pam Adcock, you are the winner of the July release. So you will get the entire release. So this product suite that I showed today, plus 5 more. And all you have to do is email customerservice@pinkfreshstudio.com to claim your prize. You have 2 weeks time to claim it. And yeah, of course you will have to wait a few days until the release is actually live before we send it to you. But yeah, I hope you have fun with it. And thank you everyone for joining me. Beth was asking, curious when scrapbooking will commence. So there were some issues, with shipments because of the whole sort of global uncertainty. But I think, I'm not sure if Kinnary is still in here. I think we were planning to ship things end of July. This might be wrong. Don't take my word for it. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Take care. And next week it's gonna be Carissa on the Pinkfresh Studio channel. Take care, everyone. Bye.